Today I'm going to talk about these little frames I've made that can also be used as a chicken coop. Right, so the idea behind these, all my beds are modular. So all my beds are 30 inches wide by 10 foot long, meaning that if I want to use plastic as a weed mulch, I can reuse it on any of the beds, so I don't have to find the right size or the right spacing. I just find it. So this one's set out for garlic, so the holes are all burnt in that. So next year the garlic might be up there, I can use the same plastic. Now I've just got some solid plastic there to keep the weeds off over the winter. I thought, well, why not take it one step further and make some row covers. So what I decided to do was make row covers that I could that are permanent frames that could be moved. So these are on 3x2 tannalised timber, and then alkathene pipe as the hoops. And I put a bit of dowel in the bottom there to stop it squishing the alkathene as I screw it up. The idea being that I can put these then on any bed I want, just lift them up, move them across. You haven't got the pain of having to stake in the net. Also, I thought if I get some spring clamps like they use on market stalls, things like that, I can just literally, when it comes to weeding, I can just lift it up, clamp it, and then I can get into the beds to weed it. That's what I find's worse with a netted hooped bed, is I can never get in to weed it very easily, or I have to take the whole net off and it just becomes a big faff. These aren't really high enough for full grown brassicas. They're kind of up to about 4 foot high. So, but these would be great for starting them off, or cabbages, or anything that needs protection that way. I also thought then in the summer, if I make 3 or 4 of these, I can have some of them as little row covers with plastic over the top, making little polytunnels, which I thought would be great. So I can have better chillies, but in their own little microclimate. And because I can easily clamp it up or clamp it down, I can adjust for ventilation and things like that. And the other thing I then thought was I'll make a little hanging coop that goes between 2 of these, and I can put 2 chickens in there. So in the winter I can use these frames then to put a couple of chickens in, and they can go through to eat the bugs, pick up the weed seeds, scratch up the ground, eat any crop residues that are left. So if it's on a brassica bed, they can peck away at all the brassica stuff that's left, and leave them there for a few days or a week, and then move them onto another bed. They also manure the land as well. So I thought that was a really good idea. I know when I've used it in my fruit garden before, I've put chickens down there. The first year I came here, we had cutworm really bad on all our gooseberry plants and things like that, and currants, and they stripped the leaves bare. I put the chickens down there for the winter. The next year, didn't lose a single leaf, because they'd eaten all the grubs and everything else. So I just thought it's a good way of using chickens in the garden. Obviously, I don't think I want to put chickens where I'm going to grow roots or carrots, because it's a high nitrogen feed that will burn plants if we're not careful. So hopefully by doing this in the winter, the rain will wash it and leach some of the stuff out, and I don't think it's that concentrated enough that it's going to make a big deal. So we'll have to see how that goes really. It's a bit of an experiment. I'm hoping it'll work. Time will tell. So I'm going to get set up for a chicken coop now and show you that, and then I'm probably going to pop up a couple of hens in there. Okay, let's talk about the chicken coop that I've made for this little hoop house. So it's suspended on 2 hooks. These are just taken off some broken ratchet straps I'd got, and they just fit perfectly over the alkathene pipe. I've tried to keep the weight really low, so it's made out of 28 by 38 tannalised batten left over from the roof. I've clad it in UPVC fascia, just again what I had left. I don't like using plastics and stuff on something like this. It doesn't look that nice, but the cladding's always what's expensive on a project, and if I've got it kicking around, it's only going to go to landfill otherwise. I thought it's a good use of it. And then to make the nest box up, I've just used a bit of 1/4 inch ply on the bottom and on the side, just to make it a bit darker in this area here, which I've put some straw in. As you can see, I've put no bottom in the actual roosting area. The idea being that the feces are just dropped to the floor. I'm hoping that the birds won't mind the draft too much. It's quite near to the wood down here. It's got the net over it. And worst comes to worst, I could always put a bit of plastic over the coop area and make it a bit more of a shelter that way. I've also not put a door on there. Again, it's got its own little microclimate, so the chickens should be able to go up and down. And the idea of being on hooks, if they've done one area, then I can turn it round. They can just do this little area underneath the coop as well and scratch it, get rid of the weed seed, all the bugs and things like that. So that's my thinking behind that. Yeah. So if you've liked what you've seen, please click subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and pop over to the blog and leave a comment. Thank you very much.